In just a few seconds, silence turned into chaos. Walls rattled, floors cracked, and people ran into the darkness with no idea what was coming next. Late at night on September 30th, 2025, the ground in Cebu Province began to shake. At first, people thought it might pass like the countless tremors the Philippines feels every year. But this was no ordinary quake. Within seconds, a magnitude 6.9 earthquake ripped through Bogo City and surrounding towns. Houses crumbled, churches collapsed, streets split open. In minutes, thousands of lives were changed forever. By the time the dust cleared and rescue teams arrived, the country was facing yet another tragedy. 72 people had lost their lives. Hundreds were hurt. Tens of thousands were displaced. At 9:59 p.m. local time, the earthquake struck just northeast of Bogo City in the central Visayas region. The quake was shallow, only 10 kilometers deep. That made it even more destructive. The closer to the surface, the harder the shaking. People across Cebu, Biliran, and Leyte felt the force. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology immediately issued a tsunami warning, fearing waves might follow. By the next morning, the alert was lifted. No unusual sea activity was found. But by then, the devastation on land was already overwhelming. Bogo City, home to about 90,000 residents, was the epicenter of destruction. Buildings that had stood for generations toppled in seconds. Entire neighborhoods were flattened. Rescuers worked through the night. 3 victims were pulled from the rubble of a collapsed hotel in a housing project built for survivors of the 2013 Super Typhoon Haiyan. 8 more bodies were recovered from crushed homes. That project, once a symbol of recovery, became a graveyard. The city's hospital could not keep up. Aftershocks forced patients out into tents. Dozens of men, women, and children lay waiting in makeshift shelters. The numbers kept climbing. By October 2nd, officials confirmed 72 deaths and nearly 300 injuries. More than 20,000 fled their homes. Almost 600 houses were wrecked across northern Cebu. For many, fear became as heavy as loss. Residents refused to return indoors even if their houses still stood. Aftershocks shook the ground again and again. The constant tremors reminded everyone the nightmare was not over.
Oh my God! Lord Jesus Christ!
Local authorities quickly declared parts of Cebu under a state of calamity. Entire towns were cut off from power. Communication lines faltered. Aid trickled in slowly. In San Remigio, just outside Bogo, tragedy struck an evacuation center. The roof of the sports complex collapsed during a basketball game. 7 people died, including fire and Coast Guard personnel who had been there to help.
Uy, kakusog! Uy, kakusog sa linog! Kakusog!
Guys, sunong sa mo, guys! Wait, saan ito?
Kakusog!
Where? Look! Stay where?
Palayo!
Where? Please, Lord!
Across the province, churches that had stood for over a century were reduced to rubble. The Saints Peter and Paul Parish on Bantian Island trembled, then collapsed. A 139-year-old church in Dambantian was left in ruins. Cebu's cultural and spiritual heritage was dealt a painful blow. Rescue teams worked non-stop for 2 days. By October 2nd, the search began to wind down. National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council spokesman Junie Castillo confirmed no one was missing anymore. Some units in Cebu were told to demobilize. The focus shifted from recovery to survival for the living.
Lord, may mag-save lang ka na, Lord. Guys. Wait, please guide us. Ayaw mo gawas. Lord, please send some help, Lord.
President Ferdinand Marcos flew to Cebu with senior aides. He walked through collapsed housing projects and damaged neighborhoods. His presence offered some comfort, but what people needed most was food, water, and shelter. Governor Pamela Barraquatro pleaded for help. She asked for safe drinking water, clothes, and temporary housing. Volunteers were needed to sort and distribute aid. On social media, she urged residents to remain calm, stay in open areas, and avoid structures that could collapse during aftershocks. Hospitals were at breaking point. Senator Risa Hontiveros' staff described scenes of chaos in Bogo's provincial hospital. Patients kept arriving. Water shortages made everything harder. Relief trucks carrying supplies became lifelines. The Philippine Red Cross treated dozens of injured people across 3 provinces. Local officials begged for more water and equipment, especially with heavy rains and no electricity worsening the crisis. By early October, more than 110,000 people across 42 communities were identified as needing assistance. They had lost homes, jobs, and any sense of security. Many slept on the streets, huddled against the rain, waiting for help. The quake left entire neighborhoods unrecognizable. Families who once had houses, shops, or farms now stood before piles of wood and concrete. Children wandered barefoot through debris. Parents searched for scraps of food and clean water.
Yawa. Labi.
The earthquake did not just topple buildings. It disrupted lives, stripped dignity, and left deep scars. Earthquakes are not new to the Philippines. The country lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a belt of seismic and volcanic activity stretching across the ocean. The shifting of tectonic plates beneath this arc makes quakes a near-daily occurrence. Most tremors pass unnoticed. But when the Earth moves with force, destruction follows. No technology in the world can predict the exact time and place of a major earthquake. That uncertainty keeps the Philippines constantly on edge. PHIVOLCS, the National Earthquake Agency, has been working to make communities more resilient. Alerts are issued online and through local channels. But no amount of warning can stop houses from falling when the ground splits open. The United Nations has also been working with local leaders under its Anticipatory Action Pilot Program. The goal is to combine global expertise with local knowledge to create solutions that match each community's needs. But even with preparation, the force of nature often proves overwhelming.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Ang bag! Relax. Oh my God! Relax.
As search operations closed, the grief remained. Families buried loved ones in hurried ceremonies. Others clung to hope that aid would arrive soon. Across Cebu, people prayed in tents, chapels, and open fields. What remains clear is the strength of the people. In chapels, roadside lines, and hospital tents, stories of survival continue to emerge. They show loss, fear, and exhaustion, but also determination. The ground may still shake, but the people of the Philippines refuse to fall. That's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more clear and calm reports on extreme weather events. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Please note that some footage in this video is for illustrative purposes and may not depict the exact events described. Thank you for watching and stay safe.